Hi everyone, and welcome back to Pause for Self-Care. Yeah, you might notice I have a bit of a new background today, trying something new out that just did for me. So yeah, I love the color and the lighting looks good, so it's all good. Anyway, I decided that every video I would wear another set of earrings that I made, and I actually made two of these exactly the same. I wonder why. Anyway, getting on to today's video, I thought I'd do just a little bit of an extension of the things that you pick up from childhood trauma. So yeah, let's get into it.
In all of us, in our hearts, there's love and light that we must realize. We need to feel, we need to use this warmth that could make bright our lives. In all of us, in our hearts, there's love and light that we must realize. We need to feel.
Okay, so I've really been doing a deep dive into childhood trauma and giving you some facts so you can go onto your healing journey and maybe pick up some tips from the information that I'm giving. So recently somebody said to me, well, gosh, you speak so well and you always look so prepared on your YouTube channel. You can't possibly have anxiety. Well, it's a childhood trauma thing. I can promise you that it took me a while to get to this point, a long while. And gosh, even when I started my support groups and I had to do my first one, gosh, I was so nervous. I meditated before, I was super prepared, I was ready an hour before, so I could be perfect. And that's kind of how it is with YouTube. But yeah, the reason I speak so well is a long story, but I will give you the edited version. So, have you ever watched My Fair Lady, read Pygmalion? In fact, I had to watch the movie and read the book in Standard 6. And well, I'd already watched it before then. I actually loved the movie. And to some extent, I actually don't know why I love it. Because after I watched it, and I was actually made to watch it, because I rolled my R's. So yeah, for those of you who don't know yet, I actually grew up mostly Afrikaans speaking. My gran was Afrikaans, so I spoke Afrikaans. I loved mostly Afrikaans children's programs, Liewe Heksie. Yeah, we were really dual with our languages at home. We spoke English and Afrikaans, and Graham spoke Afrikaans to Granny, although he was brought up Jewish in an English home. So yes, I rolled my R's very nicely. So what? Honestly, so what? Anyway, get to the point here. I watched My Fair Lady, and afterwards I was told why I was made to watch My Fair Lady. Because I rolled my R's. And I was made to say, the rain in Spain. You get the drift? And I was ripped off continuously, and for God knows how long, because I didn't speak properly. So now I make sure I'm perfect, or at least I try to be, because no one is perfect. And yeah, so what if I rolled my R's? So what if I had a little bit of my heritage in me? So what? I love where I come from. I love my grandparents. Can't say I love my mother, but she came from my grandparents. And they make me feel warm and fuzzy, so yeah. There were lots of moments like that. Like, because our home being Jewish, you don't eat pork, and they drip into me constantly because, we were having pig's trotters for dinner, and I was forced to eat pork, and I didn't want to eat pork because in Jewish belief we don't eat pork. Yeah, so I think what they ripped into me about was a lot to not have me be like my grandparents. And I'm quite happy to actually be like them, because I've got a lot of good traits from them. So yeah, I'm learning to embrace myself now as I am, faults and all, and I know I'm not perfect, but I still do try to do things as good as I possibly can, and I'm proud of myself for what I do, and I'm not ashamed of saying I'm proud of myself for what I do, because yeah, if you said you were proud of yourself to my mother, then your head was too big and you couldn't walk in the door. So yeah, I'm proud of myself for what I've accomplished, and I honestly wish that other childhood trauma survivors could get to a point and just say, I'm proud of myself. Because life, or your life, is about you. It's not about other people. You don't need to please your parents with all the things that they try to drum into you because they want you to do them. I was told to do things, no, you must do it again because it's not right. There's so many things that has actually been going on my head lately, and it's hard because I actually went to stay with my auntie Natalie in the holidays because my mother went and told her I was abusing my brother. I think she did that because she was abusing me and didn't want to let anybody let on to that little secret, Too scared that I'm gonna slip the cat out of the bag. I was too scared to slip that cat out of the bag. Anyway, I also had another epiphany recently, and it's why my mother didn't want me to go to therapy. When I was born, she put me in an orphanage, and when my granddad decided, they were basically going to bring me up and, bring me home, my mother decided, oh no, I'll take responsibility for her then. I can actually hear her voice saying that, because that's how she is. She's spiteful, and I think she raised me out of spite. And their home was a good home. It wasn't an abusive home at all. And And yeah, when you bring a child home from the orphanage, you have child welfare checks. And I think she also hid my abuse very well because she didn't want another child welfare check. Light bulb, right? And yeah, my brother was 11 and just came out of being held over a heater by his ankles, so he could have easily been removed. And yeah, after she was divorced and I'd moved here to KZN, my gran said to me, you and your husband should adopt your brother because things are not right here. Light bulbs just keep going off. I think it's like also from me watching these crime podcasts or YouTubes, and I find them fascinating. The one, Emma Kenny, she actually speaks so much about child safeguarding and how important it is and how we must speak out about it. And I just thought I'd mention it here because safeguarding is so important. And you know, in so many instances in these videos, neighbors see what's happening to the child. In my instance, my family kind of knew what was happening, but they never asked. They never pushed. And I think it's sometimes really, really important to push. Really important just to make sure that that innocent child is safe. You know, you need to not be fickle. You need to not be basically an accomplice to child abuse. And I think that's really important for me to say here too. Also, just as a last bit, because that's really what I wanted this video to be about, but I digressed just a little. You don't know what happened in somebody's past. You really don't. So when you see them do something really well, rather just congratulate them on it. You don't need to say, wow, you speak so well, you definitely don't have anxiety. Well, I can tell you, dear, I do have anxiety. I live with it every single day. I'm anxious about everything. I'm anxious about making this video. I'm anxious because my husband went to work today and I don't know what is going to happen. I'm anxious at what could happen to my animals today. Anything can happen. I worry about it. But to a point that sometimes it can be really debilitating. Well, today's a good day and I'm able to record a video. Other days, it might not be so good. Maybe if you just look back to February on my channel and you look to April, I was wearing the same outfit, the same makeup. Why? Because it was a good day and I recorded multiple videos on one day that lasted that long. And also I took a major break from YouTube because I just couldn't. So yeah, just think about what you say to people because you really don't know what is going on behind closed doors. Look at my Instagram from last week, Thursday, Therapy Thursday, and have a look at the phrases that, well, childhood trauma survivors would rather not hear you say. And then think about how you speak to us. I think it's really important, not only for childhood trauma survivors, but for anyone. Just be careful what you say to people. Think of empathy first. Think if that would be something that you would like to hear yourself before you say it. And right now, this video is over. Thank you so much for watching. I post about mental health every Wednesday evening, and more light-hearted vlogs, etc. on Sunday evenings. So yeah, I do hope you will join my channel. Please hit the subscribe button. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers and boost mental health. It's so important to me. It's so important to get the word out to childhood trauma survivors, especially as adults who are struggling through it and just need that support and need to know that, well, it's okay to be who I am. Thank you, everyone. Until next time, remember to pause for self-care. Okay, so today, yeah, I'm exhausted, did not sleep very well. I've actually just taken Tris to take Cammy to the park for a bit because Erin's appointment is like 45 minutes away and it's not worth going home. Yeah, just I was exhausted yesterday, but still didn't end up sleeping. Lots of overthinking about the most stupid shits. Excuse my French. Yeah, and my head is pounding.